Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and this is the best thing I can do is just give a reaction to today's football, NFL. We have the match between the Steelers and Ravens, and then the Colts and Texans. That'll be the main game I talk about. But let me start off with the Steelers and Ravens game. Congratulations to the Steelers. They have a 10-win year. High chance to make the playoffs. Very high chance. I would be surprised personally if they don't make it because the Jaguars have to lose for them to be able to make it, and the Bills lose and they're in. So there's two possible ways of them getting in, and they're both the teams that would need to win to kick them out are on the road. So they're bound to slip up at one point. And the Jaguars, I'm pretty sure they're going to have CJ Beathard starting. If they have Trevor Lawrence playing, he's not going to be his full version. He's just not. And then for the Bills, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because I could definitely see the Bills winning that game. If the Bills lose, they're out the playoffs completely. Same thing for the Jaguars. So it's win and you're in for those two teams. I'm interested to see. I was interested watching this game because I was in the rain heavily. How reliable these run games are going to be for the Steelers mainly. And Najee Harris played a great game. Najee Harris was the main back they used, and he did a phenomenal job at that. And it was strange at one point, and especially late in the game, the announcers kept talking about they should take a shot to the end zone with George Pickens. That made no sense at all to me. To even think that is the right thing to do, it makes no sense to me. Najee Harris had a great game running the ball, and just keep it to him. Sometimes in a game like this, you're not going to get the ball. That's okay. Just do your job, and I think you overall did that very well. So good job, entire Steelers. They had some fumble issues, which is not a surprise at all. It's in the rain. Defense for the Steelers played very well. They had one drive allowed. Tyler Huntley just picked them apart down the field, but after that, it seemed like Tyler Huntley just could not make up his mind on certain things. When he did make up his mind, he just ran. Sometimes that's the right answer. Sometimes it's not. So, yeah. And that was interesting. That was just kind of a strange thing to see. The Tyler Huntley and stuff, how that worked. But they didn't have most of their starters in. And hoping TJ Watt's okay. Hoping TJ Watt is okay for the Steelers, because it's looking like it's a grade 3 knee sprain or like MCL sprain. Not the best result you can want to hear. So, yeah. But the play that broke everything open for the Steelers was 7-7. First play of the fourth quarter. They hit Deontay Johnson on, it looked like a deep dig route, I would say. A deep in route, about 12 yards in. Marcus Williams jumps a flat route, and then goes up front to guard the tight end or whatever. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson just outruns his man. Johnson's had a little bit of an iffy year, but he did his job right there. Outran the guy. Perfect job. Good job, Deontay Johnson. Good pass by Mason Rudolph. Rudolph had an interesting day, but he's been overall very good in the time that he's played. So shout out to him. He's 3-0 this year. He beat the Bengals. He won last week, and he beat the Ravens this week. Forgot who they played last week, but he won that game too. So he's done a he beat the Seahawks, my bad. He did a very good job so far. So those are not easy teams to beat. Now, if you're the Ravens, not a lot to take away from this game. Just you went 0-2 against your rivals this year, but you're the number 1 seed. That's the main thing. Just keep your guys healthy. I didn't really see any major injuries. Maybe one dude I think might have got hurt, but he should be okay. And then Jadeveon Clowney got his bonus, so good job to him. $750,000 bonus, and he knew he got that on the field. It was fun seeing that. But the main game, Colts Texans. Whoever wins this game's in the playoffs. Whoever loses is out. I had the Colts winning this one. I had the Steelers winning the other one. I didn't make like a full-on prediction about it, but I did have an idea of what I thought was going to happen. Colts, they started off the game very well. I will say that. They started off the game very well. Had a good drive. Gardner Minshew tried to make a pass to number 31. It just didn't work. Matt Gay makes a field goal. Good start. Okay. And then the next drive, like the next play, Texans throws a 75-yard touchdown to Nico Collins. Okay, now we're in it. This game's going to be going how we expected. I think all people expect this game to be close down to the wire, and it was just that. It was just that. I mean, that's what you would expect from a game like this. Their teams are very even. They're 9-7. They have a chance to make the playoffs. This game's going to be tight late. I thought that was going to be the case, and it was. Nico Collins, phenomenal game. I think he had very close over 200 yards, very close to 200 yards, if not 200. Phenomenal game from him. Best game of the year for him. CJ Stroud, very accurate, made a lot of great throws. Great drive at the end. Very great drive at the end. And they just felt more comfortable in the first half, it looked like, offensively, because at one point, for the majority of the first half, the Colts just played their offense like they just did not want to make a turnover. Like nothing, they never stretched the field. They never went deep. If anything, it was a 5-yard check down to Jonathan Taylor. Like, they did nothing to break the game open. They did nothing like that. And that's why they were down by 8 heading into the second half. But then they got the stop, and then Jonathan Taylor had that great run. Then they throw a pass to Mo Alley-Cox, and we're all tied up at 14. Then we have 2 field goals go back and forth. Fairbairn, and then Matt Gay. Yeah. That's what happened there. So now it's 17-17 in the fourth quarter. Texans get the ball. CJ Stroud leaves an amazing drive. He has this unbelievable throw to Nico Collins. He just kind of throws up, it seems like, in an area. And Nico Collins somehow goes out and gets it. Great play. And just worked his way down the field. I think it was like 6 for 6 that drive for like 68, 69 yards, and then finish off with Devin Singletary rushing touchdown. Great drive there by the Texans. That is something you want with your future star quarterback, if not already a star quarterback, who's going to be an offensive player of the year, for at least offensive rookie of the year. Out of all that, Kamei Fairbairn missed the field goal. He misses the kick. And now it's now it's 23-17. It misses the extra point, my bad. 23-17. You see the Colts. You see the Colts and how everything they're doing. They able to get down the field. They have some good plays here and there. Mainly Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's the main guy. And they had like 3rd and 6s, 3rd and 7s. They mainly ran the ball and they worked. And we get to the point that it's a 4th and 1. Because it was a 4th and 1 of about 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. 3 timeouts. The Colts decide to waste 38 of those seconds I just said they had. So now at 1 minute and 2 seconds, and then decide to use a timeout. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I will understand that. And then, 4th and 1. The camera cuts over to Jonathan Taylor on the bench. Wow, we have number 31 out there, who has not been in the game a lot today. And he's mainly a pass catcher, like I guess pass catcher. I've not even seen him the whole year. I've watched a decent amount of Colts games. I've not seen this guy a lot. It's 4th and 1. You're running the ball on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, and it's working. I would suggest to run the ball again with Jonathan Taylor. He has over 170 yards on the night. Over 170 yards rushing. He's the best guy on the field right now for the Colts. On the whole game, you could argue he's the best player on the field. Put the guy on the field. I've said this for a while. It's not about the player. It's not about the play. It's the player. Get the ball to your best player. Let him make a play. And Gardner Minshew has the ball. They get the look that they want. And 31 is wide open. And Minshew throws it a little bit behind him. It's catchable. It's still catchable. It's like right here. It's on the right hip area. And it just drops it. Oh, man, that sucked. Oh, he dropped it. You could just feel the crowd just deflate, because some of the crowd thought he caught it, and then you just see him on the ground. It's like, oh man, there's gonna be a lot of questions you got to answer. Even in that situation, I'd put Jonathan Taylor out there. He's a bigger body. They can catch a ball. He has decent hands. Go out and make a play. Just do something. Run the ball. Run the ball. It's 1 yard. If your season comes down to your offensive line can't get a yard, can't push for a yard, and your all-pro running back that you paid a lot of money to have on the back and have in your backfield doesn't get that yard, you can live with that. You can live with that. That's something you're going to have to answer a lot of questions about. And because of that, you're going to miss the playoffs. They had a safety at the end of the game, which just Texans trying to waste as much clock as they can. Final score being 23-19. The Steelers-Ravens game was 17-10. So, yeah, good day of football, unless if you're a Colts fan. Very, very tough day if you're a Colts fan. Congratulations to the Texans. Great job for them to win this game. Very tough game. And if the Jaguars lose tomorrow, you take the division. Great job to all the Texans out there. Great job to the fans. Staying loyal. Great stuff. DeMeco Ryans should be coach. DeMeco Ryans might be coach of the year. It's going to be him or Dan Campbell, one of those two. So, yeah. So that's my opinion all about. This is my just analyzation of that. Should have ran the ball. I think a lot of people we're going to agree, should have ran the ball. It's going to answer a lot of questions on that, especially heading to next year. So, yeah, put in the comments your opinions about all this. Hope you have a great day. Stay safe, y'all, and God bless y'all.